from the Rose Casino. This is Kevin A. K.A. Williams, Kappa Alpha Psi Phi, 1998. And I'm here right now with one of the good brothers of the infamous Bridge chapter. And what we're going to do is just start out. And we're just going to walk you through it, good brother, and tell us your name, where you cross, your name, what chapter you cross, and the year of your crossing.
My name is Brother William Bailey, Bill Bailey, and I joined Kappa Alpha Psi the 18th of April 1958 at Virginia State University, Alpha Phi chapter. 18th of April 1958.
18th of April 1958. What led you to Kappa Alpha Psi?
Well, good brother, it started early on for me when I was in high school. My principal was a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, but not only was he a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, he was a province Polema. And so when I went to college, I wanted to be a Kappa because I wanted to model myself after him, and I had several relatives who were also Kappas. And once I got to Virginia State University in 1956, in the summer of '56, the Kappas were the dominant fraternity on the campus with their crimson and cream, red and white, and I wanted to be a Kappa so bad after that.
Were you the first member of your family to go to college, or were there other members of your family who were pursuing higher education?
Yes, sir. I came from a unique family. My parents had 8 children, and fortunately, all 8 of them are their children. All 7 of my brothers and sisters went to college. I was number 7 of 8.
Oh, wow.
And all of us were fortunate enough to graduate from college. So I had some examples before me, my brothers and sisters, who had graduated. They were teachers, educators, they were businessmen. For instance, my oldest brother was an undertaker. My oldest sister ended up being the assistant superintendent of schools in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Okay.
My next sister was on the Board of Education in Richmond. My next brother was the principal of a high school in Fredericksburg. My next sister was a guidance counselor in Richmond. The brother next to me was a naval officer. He was a captain in the Navy. I was a colonel in the Army and ended up being an airline pilot. And my baby sister ended up being assistant superintendent of schools as well. So you can see we're all in the field of education with a couple of military brothers and sisters sprinkled in there.
Were any of them also in a Black Greek letter organization?
Yes. I have one sister that's a Delta. I have one sister that's an AKA. I have one brother that's a Kappa, and I'm a Kappa. So we were basically the Divine Nine because I have relatives that's in the Sigmas, relatives that's in the Zetas, relatives that's in the Gamma Rhos, and relatives in the Alphas, and relatives that are Qs. So we're basically the Divine Nine, with the Kappas being the dominant fraternal organization among the relatives.
And I'm sure you let them know that your Greek alphabet starts with Kappa and not Alpha. So we'll discuss that at another time. So after you finished college, did you go directly into the military, or was there a gap, or what was the transition?
As it turned out, after I graduated from college, I went directly into the military. I went to Germany. I also spent a couple of tours in Vietnam. I spent a year in Korea and several tours within the United States.
Okay.
Once I retired from the Army, as I told you earlier,
Yes, sir.
I got a job flying jets for United Airlines, and I flew for United Airlines for 20 years.
Okay. Now, when you were active duty military, especially in EURCOM, Did you meet other brothers? Were you active in any chapters over there?
Yes, in Germany, we didn't have a chapter started,
Okay.
but we got together with other Kappas, but we weren't organized as a chapter, but we got together frequently and we helped each other along the way.
So, what's some of your fond memories of Kappa Alpha Psi, both undergrad and then on the grad level? Give me one or two.
Well, in the undergraduate level, the Kappas, some of the senior Kappas, or some of the Kappas who were seniors and juniors, were all graduating. And so my line ended up running the organization because we ended up being the senior brothers when we were juniors and seniors in college. I had the position of keeper of records and pole mark.
Right.
And that was my experience in the undergraduate level. At the graduate level, as I traveled around throughout the Army, I would join the various local chapters. Example, I joined Fort Leavenworth. I joined the chapter in El Paso, Texas. And every place that I went, the Kappas gravitated, or I gravitated toward the Kappas. And they not only took care of me as a fraternity member, but they took care of my wife. So it was interesting and exciting and easy for us because we had Kappas taking care of us along the way.
Colonel, did you have any children?
Yes,
Okay.
I had a couple of sons and a couple of daughters.
Okay.
My two sons ended up being officers in the military, and they're retired colonels. One son lives in South Carolina, and he's a former mayor of Blythewood, South Carolina.
Okay.
The other son lives in Middletown, Delaware, and he's the head coach of a high school basketball team, and several of his players have ended up playing professional basketball and are playing right now. My daughter taught for several years at Stanford University.
Oh, wow.
She was in the field of medicine and taught at Stanford. And when my wife got sick, she decided to come back, and she was head of the physician's assistant program at A&T University in North Carolina, and she's still down there in North Carolina, and she's still in charge of the physician's assistants program, and they just got certified. They passed their accreditation.
Now
Right.
you know the magic question. You know what's coming next. Are any of them in the bond?
Well, no.
Okay.
I have two sons that are Sigmas, and
Okay.
there's a story behind that.
Okay.
And my daughter, of course, is a Delta.
Okay.
What happened was with my sons, they were both at Hampton University,
Okay.
and there was a big fight between the Kappas and my sons. And my sons got the best of the Kappas, and that was it for them. So my oldest son wrote me a letter, told me about the situation. I was in Korea at the time, and asked me would it be okay if he joined Sigmas. Like an idiot, I agreed for him that it was okay after he told me he had a big fight and there was no way that he would be able to join Kappa Alpha Psi. And now his brother followed him right into the Sigmas. And that's the story of the Sigmas and my sons.
All righty. We're going to maybe edit that out, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that story.
Okay.
Now, Kappa Alpha Psi, we prepare people for leadership. It's obvious, Colonel, that you're a well-developed leader, that you can give a lot of us a lot of valuable life lessons, not just in leadership, but in dedication, respect, and building an organization. If there's something that you would pass on to the next generation of Kappas, what would that be?
It would be learning, education. I enjoy watching the younger brothers, observing the senior brothers or the older brothers, and then participating as they come along. They gravitate into the leadership position with the senior brothers or the older brothers advising them. sort of like the Woodbridge chapter that we have here. We have a great chapter, and it works fine because the younger brothers are in the leadership position with getting guidance from the senior brothers.
What would you pass on to the fraternity as a whole? We're at an inflection point, in my opinion. We're at an inflection point in society and the fraternity. What's something that you would pass on that we could gain a valuable lesson from?
Understand the meaning of brotherhood. If you understand the meaning of brotherhood, that would go a long way in helping each other. And don't fail to reach out and reach back and help your fellow man. In helping your fellow person, or fellow man, or fellow individual, it helps you, it makes you grow. And don't be concerned about who gets the glory, because if you succeed, everybody will succeed, and the glory will be enough to spread around to everyone.
Okay, so an altruistic, valuable lesson is what you would pass on. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, sir. First of all, thank you very much, not just for your service, but for your dedication to the Noble Clan. It's an honor to talk to you. It's an honor for you to agree to this interview. Praying we got it right so that we can pass on your words to the next group of captains. This is Kevin A. Williams, your current historian, Woodbridge Alumni Chapter, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, and I'm out.